Good morning, Dragons. I'm Lijain Ahmed.
And I'm Alyssa Takouche. Welcome back to Studio 115 in KDGN News.
The school year might be well underway, but there are plenty of ways to get involved in the student activities both on and off campus, as well as the staff we can still get to know.
Today, we would take a closer look at the new senior class point system and spend some time with one of our two campus security officers, James Lucky.
But first, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please face the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. We will now pause for a moment of silence.
Caps, gowns, and graduation might seem distant to some, but why wait when seniors can work toward a new spirit cord now?
Let's hear more from our senior class council about the addition of the new senior point system and how it is impacting the class of 2024.
As August of 2023, Senior Class Council released information about the Senior Spirit Cord. The Senior Spirit Cord is earned through a point system. Points are collected by filling out a form through their Instagram or QR code. In order to earn the cord, seniors must collect 500 points by the end of the year. Now, let's hear more about the senior point system and any exciting plans it has for this year.
The senior officers and I were meeting for the first time, and we really wanted to find a way to get seniors to come together, to connect and to give them opportunities to really display their school spirit.
I think the point system was a good way of getting the class more interconnected. I feel like enough people would go to football games and that, but other stuff, not really.
We're doing a lot of work with social media to really try and connect people. Our senior class president, Joe Pay, and Kate Drapp have been they've been working really hard to do a lot of hallway interviews, and they're trying to just get seniors to kind of interact in smaller ways that way. So basically all school events, we want people to feel like they can earn points for going to. So we're giving points for all sporting events. We're gonna do for things that aren't usually, they're drawing a crowd, but they're drawing a very niche crowd.
Right now it's a pretty big deal. I mean, it's not that big of a deal because it's not that difficult to go to football games, but maybe towards the second semester, people will start picking this flag, because second semester people don't really go to stuff. And the cord, you get a really cool cord. Or we're trying to customize it so that it's kind of like a flex to have.
This new point system to achieve the senior cord is a great way for more seniors to show school spirit and possibly benefit in earning a cord for graduation.
Seniors can follow the Southlake Carroll Senior Class of 2024 on Instagram for information on senior class activities.
Carroll ISD proudly partners with the City of Southlake to promote school safety. Student and staff well-being is always top priority.
Officer James Lucky is one of the two campus security officers at Carroll Senior High School, and our KDGN News team spent some time getting to know more about him and his job.
Ever since the first officer in 1989, CISD schools have been home to multiple school resource officers who educate and protect our campus every day. One of those SROs is our very own Officer Lucky.
This is my 5th school year here as an SRO. Prior to becoming an SRO, I was a highway patrol trooper for 30 years. I retired from there and came to Southlake shortly after me retiring. The best part, I would say, is being able to interact with the students and finding out what's going on in their lives. And the most rewarding thing to me is being a father, and I can carry that over into all the students here at Southlake. Think about decisions that you make, because they can affect you later down the road. It might not affect you the first year, the first 5 years, maybe even the 10 years, but eventually you want to make sure you make good decisions, and remember there are consequences for bad decisions, and the older you get, the worse the consequences are for your actions. So think everything through to make sure it doesn't affect the road that you're traveling, for your life.
This is Bailey Frazier for KDGN.
The KDGN News team would like to thank all of our Carroll SROs that proudly serve the students and staff of Carroll ISD.
Now it's time to head over to Kaylin Cashin from Dragon Sports Media for this week's Sports Desk update.
Kaylin, what have our Dragon athletes been up to recently?
Thanks, Jane and Alyssa. We start off this week's sports update by congratulating our varsity tennis team and boys water polo team on their successful seasons as they both finished as regional finalists this past weekend. Congratulations to both programs on their successful seasons. Our Dragon swimmers participated in the 18th Bernie Osdenmore Dragon Hunt Invitational Swim Meet this past weekend. Both the boys and girls won the team championships, taking home several screaming rubber chickens. Our Dragon swimmers will be back in the pool soon. The Lady Dragon volleyball team was named undefeated district champions with a win over Fossil Ridge on Tuesday. They have a warm-up match tonight against Lovejoy as they prepare for their playoff run. For playoff information and details, make sure to follow LDVB on Instagram at South Lake Carroll Volleyball. The Dragon football team continued their undefeated run with a win over VR Eaton last Thursday. Tonight, the team will compete for district championships against undefeated Byron Nelson. Make sure to pack the stands at Northwest ISD and kickoff is at 7 p.m. The Lady Dragon water polo team advanced to the state tournament after their win against Hebron on October 21st. They look to capture the program's first UIL state title this Saturday. They will take on Clute Brazoswood at the Josh Davis Natatorium in San Antonio at 1:30 p.m. in the state semifinals. A win would allow them to advance to the state finals later that day. For more playoff information, make sure to follow them on Instagram at Carroll Dragon Water Polo. Both boys and girls cross country qualified for the regional meet after being named district championships on October 12th. They traveled to Lubbock and competed in the regional meet this past Tuesday. Both teams qualified for the UIL state meet and look to capture a state championship on Saturday, November 4th in Round Walk. That's all we have today. Thank you so much for tuning in to Sports Desk this morning. Back to you, Lou Jane and Alyssa.
Thanks, Kaylin. We'll be sure to keep you updated on all Carroll accomplishments in the upcoming weeks. You can keep up with our athletes by following Dragon Sports Media on Instagram. That's all we have for you today, Dragons. I'm Lijane Ahmed.
And I'm Alyssa Takouche. Thank you for joining us for today on KDGN News. Don't forget to follow Dragon Media on Instagram to stay updated on important announcements and information for our next show. We will see you all on November 3rd. Have a great day, Dragons.